How's it going, everybody? This is Barbigerous Baseball and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be starting the Team Evaluation Thursday series. I think that's what I'm going to call it. And we have 7 teams ranging from 86 OVR all the way up to 104 OVR that we'll be looking at today. So we got a lot of teams. It should be a fun video. So I've been farming over the past few days. A lot of silver packs, but other than that, not a whole lot. If you guys are new here, I upload 2 to 3 MLB 9 innings videos a week. So if you're looking forward or you're interested in those, I would recommend liking and subscribing. So there you go. So we're going to start off with this daily pack. Doubt we're going to get anything out of it. Get a Cody Allen. Pretty solid relief pitcher. 67 bases, not bad at all. And let's get started with the video. Alrighty, so the first team we're going to be looking at is Stinger Derby, 86.3 OVR. Stinger's goal for this team, long-term goal is a Diamond Angel set deck. Been playing for a few months, so really good progress. I believe Dinger commented that he pulled this Reggie Jackson out of a daily pack. Solid card, and Legend should be a good skill for you for this foreseeable future. So for you, Dinger, I'd first recommend focusing on playing ranked, maybe 1 to 2 shuffles a day. I'd recommend purchasing the intermediate GIs for 700 rank coins just to upgrade the silvers in your lineup, as well as this Jared Weaver to gold as soon as you can. That will give you an immediate boost to your team. I wouldn't worry about upgrading them to level 21st because you will eventually replace them with diamonds. After using intermediate GIs on these players, if you still feel like your OVR is kind of at a standstill, I'd recommend just intermediate and minor GIing. Well, first minor GI from bronze to silver and then intermediate GI from silver to gold. A lot of the top base players, like for example this Bergman who's 75 base, and then you got your Kershaws and your Klubers if you're looking for pitchers. And just looking for solid gold skills on those players. Gold skills like that boost stats all the time, such as Pinpoint Strike, Training Junkie, and Full Swing Hitter for batters. And then you got your Golden Pitcher, PM, Control Artist. There's a lot more stat boosters for pitchers. But yeah, those are stats you want to look out for. Also, if you have any skill changes saved up, I'd really recommend using them on your Calhoun. 68 base. I'm not sure if this is his best year, but he's definitely your best Angels batter. 68 base and a good skill set would go a long way. I'd recommend looking for 1 solid gold skill, all your diamonds first. Any skill, like pretty much any gold skill except for laser beam, should help you out. And then as you progress, and each of your diamond players has 1 solid gold skill, I'd move on to looking for 2 or a better combination. Skills on the Schumacher. These should be good for now. Giant Killer and Inning Eater will definitely help you when you're lower OVR, though I'd eventually look for a combination of Boss, Mass, Untouchable, or Pitching Machine, though these skills should help you for the foreseeable future. And also, like I'm going to say a lot in this video, I'd recommend saving any diamond packs you get for club crafting. You have 4 Angels Diamonds currently, which is very solid for somebody who's only been in the game for a few months. And yeah, keep on grinding. And they're throwing gold 3 clubs out there looking for new players. Derby's looking to upgrade from his silver 1 club. So the next team we have to look over today is 974265, whose long-term goal is to have a team with all legends and SIGs. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be near unachievable. As a free-to-play team, you can definitely build up a solid team with top diamonds and vintages. Like for example, you have this Pujols here, which is a very solid card. For you, I'd recommend putting diamonds into your lineup regardless of OVR. I feel like you might have some diamonds on your bench, and I'd recommend getting them into your lineup as soon as possible just to boost that OVR. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I'd make sure to push for that Diamond S set deck, which will boost your team OVR by 1, I believe. It's a +1 to all stats, so maybe even more than 1. For you, I'd recommend focusing on skill changing your batters. You have a few with decent skill sets, but Pujols will be your long-term star batter, at least in my opinion. So you could definitely look for a strong skill set. He's Conforto as well skilled, slugger, instinct, and legend, but I recommend looking for a stronger skill set on Howard. And the majority of your starting pitchers, except for Nola, who has Last Boss Ace. Pitching machine itself is not really going to help a whole lot, nor will Kill Shot or Power Pitcher. I'd also recommend looking to replace this Scherzer with a Diamond starting pitcher, although the Scherzer has Setup Man, which boosts its stats for 1 inning after taking the mound. I'd recommend looking for a Diamond pitcher just because long term the skills of a gold pitcher cap out, whereas diamonds you can get skills can carry you into endgame. Like I mentioned with Dinger, I'd recommend looking for a combination, or just starting off with looking for boss, touch, mess. Just looking for one of those, or any gold skill for that matter, and then moving on from there. I wouldn't really worry about your bullpen for now, because as you progress through the game, you will pull better pitchers. I wouldn't worry about skill changing a lot of them. This Jeffress is pretty solid. I think I'd recommend placing this Robertson with the Jeffress. The Setup Man is solid. I think Last Boss and Jeffress being a diamond gives the card a higher ceiling. And one final thing, because you don't farm, I'd recommend playing a lot of ranked, just so you can get 2 skill changes a week for 400 rank coins apiece. I think that should be achievable, and if not, you could tank PvP if you really needed those rank coins to buy them. And yeah, otherwise, without farming, those skill chains are pretty hard to come by, other than an event, maybe once, twice a month. So I'd definitely recommend focusing on rank. So the next team we'll be going over is Njjuuhjughhyu. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Also known as 9 Innings Player on YouTube. Recently started a channel if you guys want to check him out. Currently no money spent on one device, and this is a very impressive team. The overall you submitted me on the form is 95.4, so I believe you have some gear on right now. And 9 Innings Player's goal is to reach 100 OVR soon, which I believe is definitely achievable. You have a very well-skilled team for somebody that only plays on one device. Charisma Training Junkie, very solid skill set. You have this Andre Ethier who's been out of the game for a few years at this point, which is very impressive. Here are the stats if anybody wants to check Ethier out. Betting machine prediction, I think you went the right way on this Ethier. Anybody can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But overall, you have a very solidly skilled team. One thing I would recommend was first focusing on skilling up your Cubs batters outside your Schwarber. Even though this isn't Baez's best year, maybe use a skill Chinchilla to get something more solid. And I'd try to get this Contreras in your lineup as soon as possible. Training Junkie's definitely solid, but I think you could probably do better with that. You get some more production out of your catcher spot. My main takeaway from your team, 9 Innings players, is that you probably need to retrain a lot of your players. You have a lot of pitchers with high stamina, such as Verlander. You ideally want to limit and get as low of a stamina as you can while trying to have location velocity as your top 2 stats. And same case with Wood. I'd eventually recommend focusing on special training him as your Cubs set deck. Maybe use some upgrade tickets as you accumulate them through clutch hits mode. And yeah, same deal with this Hendricks. Wouldn't really worry about Tanaka or Hill, although they are better trained than the other pitchers because they were not Cubs players. And one last piece of advice I give to you is that if you have any other Cubs hitters not in your lineup at the moment, I'd put them on the end of your bench just to boost that Cubs set deck effect. Currently you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and with just 2 more, you'll get an extra +1, all your stats for your Cubs players, which I think will definitely be a big help to your team. Now we will look at LAD 2020 WS's team. LAD has a very solidly skilled team with 1 solid gold skill on the majority of the hitters, as well as a solid gold skill or 2 on the pitchers. One major takeaway I had while looking at your team LAD is the training on a lot of your players. This year has 16 to fielding, and you have 4 of your extra stats, extra training, special training points, if that's what you want to call them, going to your fielding. Well, typically you would like to see this go into your 3 hitting stats, contact, power, eye. From what I've heard, a lot of people on Reddit prefer power and then contact. Personally, I don't really find it too big of a deal as long as I get the hitting stats in my top 2. I definitely recommend retraining. And also the Granderson's another player. 13 to speed. They do have 12 power. You only have 1 level left, or 2 levels left of training. So I might reset now before spending those extra, million points. It's pretty difficult getting a player from 18 to 20. And once you do that, team's looking pretty good. You also potentially see some skill changes on your team. Batting machine's a solid skill, but I believe this Seager might be your top Seager card for the Dodgers. Or your top Corey Seager card. You could look for 2 solid gold skills. Batting machine by itself, I'm not sure how that's been performing for you, but as your team continues to grow, I think you'll see Seager's performance decline in ranked and club. You could also potentially skill change this for you, although untouchable gold pitchers definitely a solid set, because this for you is a SIG and your endgame card. Probably going to be your ace for the foreseeable future. I recommend looking for a combination of boss, mess, touch, as you already have, and pitching machine. Personally, I have a Cueto SIG that took me a while to get decent skills, but it's definitely a big difference when you get higher and higher in rank, and this Ryu can take you very far on its own with good skills. And one last piece of advice, I'd recommend filling up your benches with Dodgers you have that may be lower OVR just to boost that team set deck effect up. I think you might have a team D set deck at the moment, but by increasing your set to even a C, you're going to see a big boost in your Ryu. We'll get another OVR boost, or another 2 OVR boosts because of its being a SIG. So that would definitely help your team at all. And imagine you team select craft. So keep doing that. Your team's looking really solid. And one last thing, LAD is in a Silver 1 club. On your form you didn't specify if you're looking to improve, though I'm sure a Gold 3 club would certainly reach out and scoop you out real quick if you're interested. So if you are, leave a comment down below, and I'm sure a lot of teams will be looking out for you. Moving on, we will be looking at keeprpa's team. Apologies if I'm butchering your name. Solid 100 OVR with very solidly skilled all-around team. As we get a battery warning on my phone. Got 1 to 2 very solid gold skills in all of your players. You're making great progress for your Boston Red Sox team. if you aren't already. I've probably said this so many times, everybody's sick of it, but club crafting, big part of the game at this point. There you have a decent number of Red Sox batters. You only have a few pitchers. You only got 3 in your lineup at the moment. The sale's definitely solid, so I'd recommend going pitcher for the foreseeable future. Just because working a Red Sox pitcher into your lineup, it's a lower overall. As long as it has decent skills, you should be able to compete and rank. You can also have any other Red Sox players, like I've said a lot, throw them into your bench, increase that set deck effect. You also have this Russell Martin with Charisma Batting Machine. You could potentially switch that in once you get skilled up for this Joyce. Maybe see how that works. Charisma Batting Machine has worked pretty well for me in the past. Might give you a little bit of a boost. And yeah, you got a really solid team. Keep grinding towards that Red Sox set deck. All diamond. And I'd prioritize your team players. Especially the Sale. Might be able to do a little better than Ace and Eater. But it's definitely a solid skill set for now. Look for a combo Last Boss, Touch, cleaning up your mess, Pitching Machine. Yeah, I'd recommend special training all your Boston players. 75 base Sale, you can't really top that. Definitely be your ace for the foreseeable future. Solid squad. Moving on to yet another Red Sox team. We have 2018 Fireballs, who's around 101 OVR, who's been a long time supporter of the channel, so thank you for that. Your team is very solidly skilled overall, and as soon as you get decent skills on this Petrocelli, get him into your lineup ASAP. When I checked your team earlier, you had Batting Machine Legend, which I think is solid, but I definitely agree. You can definitely look for something better than that. If I want to be kind of ticky-tacky, I could say retrain this Bogarts with the plus 17 speed at level 20, but yet again, Petrocelli's going to replace him. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Very jealous of this JT Realmuto. So this would have been the JT Realmuto if I could have picked. I would have chosen him, because Miami's really weak at first base in this game. And the one I have can only play catcher. But as far as I know, I think Hanley Ramirez might be the best Red Sox first base option now that Gonzalez has been out of the game for a while. Adrian Gonzalez. And so I think you might want to invest in this Realmuto. Might be your starting first baseman for the foreseeable future as your one non-team card, which looks like what you're probably looking to do now. I think, I wouldn't prioritize his skills right now, but eventually look for a solid combination once you have something for Petrocelli. Moving on to your starting pitchers. This Pomeranz Sig is just awesome. Great to look at. Got beautiful training on that. Some people on Reddit might disagree because you don't have location and velo as your top 2 stats. But with 3 stamina at level 20, that's beautiful to see. Yeah, this Pomeranz is beautifully skilled as well. Best touch, can't do much better than that. One thing I would have to say though, once you get more skill changes, I'd eventually look to improve upon your Lester's skill set. Though clean up your mess and Pitching Machine are still solid. Leaves you vulnerable to solo home runs, which become more important as you progress through rank. I believe you're around Gold 2 right now, if I remember correctly. And some of those games are real nail biters. 3-2, 2-1 especially. Club, from what I've noticed, have been pretty tough matchups. But Mess is a top tier pitching skill. You probably know what I'm going to say. You're a very experienced player. Combination of Mess, Boss, Touch, PM. And just keep doing what you're doing. Skill changes are the main thing for your team. And your training is very solid. Great development on that. If you want to make sure you get velo and location, if you have tons of points to burn on all your pitchers. More than that, I just recommend keep farming on knocks, And yeah, get those skill changes. You get a very solid team. Shout out to Ace Garcia 23, who is also a YouTuber. Just started off within this past month. Normally around 104 OVR. Looks like you have gear on right now. I say a lot of similar stuff like I told to Fireballs. I mean, your main thing is going to be skill changes. Though on this Ballinger, you could eventually retrain due to that plus 13 fielding. I don't know what I was saying, speed and fielding. No, just 13 speed, so you could eventually get this special train in the future. Solid enough skill set for now. I mean, yeah, the main thing, skill changes. With this Grandal, you could consider something slightly better if he's not performing as well. Charisma is a great skill, but I'm not sure how Master Base Thief is performing for you. As you get higher in rank, you're probably around Gold 1. That's just being ticky-tacky. I mean, I'm in the same boat with my Yelich. Got Charisma, full swing hitter. I mean, also that's pretty comparable to Fireball's JBJ. I mean, eventually you might look to improve upon this, but this is a very solid skill set for now. Moving on to your pitchers. Recommend skill changing this Bueller eventually. I'm sure you're going to be on that. I'm guessing he's your next priority. Ace winning streak. Not the best skill. It's going to be especially tough at your stage in the game for this Bueller to perform. But yeah, you definitely got a solid team. Good training all around. Yeah, keep up the grind. Yeah, your other starting pitchers could need skill changes eventually too. Boss Ace, I'm not sure that performs for you. You could probably upgrade from Touch Ace on this for you. 73, I believe that's his best Dodger card. Yeah, it's his 2019 card. So you pulled a new Kershaw on Reddit. So I'm filming this last part on Thursday. So you pulled the 78 base. That's awesome. I think you might have got that out of your team select pack. But yeah, you could look again to upgrade on this skill set. Boss, Mass, Touch combination. Especially on game. Yeah, you got a very solid team. Especially for somebody that only plays on 2 devices. I'm looking at this Gagne. Very well skilled. I just recommend keep special training and eventually special train your starting pitchers when you get there. So with that, those are all the teams I'm going to be looking over this video. I think I can probably get another episode by next Thursday, but I'll see how it goes as my getting back into baseball now, as where I live is slowly reopening. Apologies to Casey Cards. I look at your team real quick. I already taken some notes over the last couple days, but I saw you had a partial tank team in, so apologies, I'll squeeze you into the next episode. What I'm thinking about doing is writing a comment with each team's name on it, so you guys can leave additional feedback below if you have any. If you want to ask the player any questions about how they got the team they have, or just anything you want to tell them. I mean, if you want to compliment their team, that's really cool too. So if you made it this far, I'd really appreciate a like. This is taking a lot longer than I really expected. I've been recording this for maybe an hour and a half at this point, plus the notes I took the other day. So I'd really appreciate that. But it looks like that's going to be it for me. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if I didn't look at your team in this video, I will definitely look at it in the future. Thank you for watching.